Welcome into another edition of the Butcher versus the Spin Instructor presented by LB's Meat Market. I'm Neil McCready. Greg Jones of LB's Meat Market is here. Campbell McCready of Zen Studios Fayetteville is here. She will be heading back to Fayetteville on Sunday, getting ready for the spring semester at Arkansas, where she actually has in-person classes a couple of times this semester, which is great news. So happy New Year to everyone. Welcome into the show. Greg, how are you?
I'm good, man. Just about to get a truck and get it loaded up for the weekend. Got a bunch of fresh fish coming in today, and we'll be stocked up, ready to go. Zach's going to be making a bunch of chicken sausages, and probably going to do that chicken jalapeno with giardiniera in it again. So, basic business around here.
That's awesome. We were in there just the other day. Campbell and Parker Sheeran and I, we were in there. Got the burger meat from LB's, and I have the video that's up. It's on the site. I'll push it back out again today for those of you who missed it. Parker, as you might remember, lost the burger bet there at with Campbell and Greg back in November, and to her credit, she came down earlier this week, and we lit up the Big Green Egg and we grilled some burgers, and Parker had the first burger of her life, Greg, and it was a good one.
She actually ate leftovers, like after the video stopped. She finished.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. I was like, I saw the 2 bites on camera, but did she literally
she added toppings. She put mustard and jalapenos on it. So I think she liked it more than she said she did.
Well, she said something about that LB's burger.
She said this would be good with other stuff too, and we're like, yeah, people like hamburgers, yeah, as a rule. And so she added some mustard, like Campbell said. She added some jalapenos, and you can see the brain was turning a little bit. I don't know that she wanted to completely admit that. Boy, I've kind of missed out for 20 years on
That's great.
But yeah, it was fun. So we had a really good time. Appreciate you making that possible, Greg, with this stuff at LB's. It was great. We had a lot of fun. I gave everybody kind of a video tour of the store. So go in, watch that tour, get hungry, go in and take advantage of all the wonderful deals, all the wonderful products at LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue there in Oxford, right across from Kroger. The stuffed jalapenos, the stuffed mushrooms, the fish, like Greg was talking about, bone-in pork chops, beef, chicken, it's all there at LB's Meat Market. All right, Greg, here's the really good news.
I like good news. We can start today off with
I've already heard this news.
Last week, Greg had another good week. This week was actually a really good one. Greg goes 6-3 on his picks. The even better news for Greg is that Campbell's system, one that has led her to a big lead throughout this season of picks, failed her miserably in the bowls. Campbell went 1-8 in the bowl season. I don't even remember the one she got right. She went 1-8, and so Greg, you picked up 5 games. You still have quite a deficit, but it suddenly is more manageable than it was.
I can see the boat. I can see her ahead, and I think she just dumped one little small bucket of water over the edge. So, but yeah, that's a good week. But I mean, the bowls, they were actually some really good bowl games. Some real exciting games.
Yeah, absolutely. So Greg is now 57-59 on the season, getting closer to that 500 mark. He's 12 games back of Campbell. He was 17 going into the week. He's now 12 games back. Campbell 69-47, still in great shape. But this week, we go to the NFL.
Oh, her one win was Iowa State.
She did. She got Iowa State right. Matt Campbell was good to her. So she stuck with the Campbell name, and Matt Campbell prevented the giant offer for her. So here we go. This week we've got 7 games, 6 in the NFL, and one college football game, the national championship. Ohio State and Alabama. We'll get to it last because we start with the Saturday schedule. The Indianapolis Colts are a 7-point underdog headed to Buffalo to play the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs for the first time in a while. Bills win the AFC East, a division that has belonged to the New England Patriots for the better part of eternity. But it's the Colts and the Bills in Buffalo. Campbell, we'll let you go first. The Colts a 7-point underdog in Buffalo.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just have to say that I literally know nothing about the NFL, like nothing. But all you said that this is a great uniform game, whatever that means.
Okay, this is a great uniform game. The Colts road uniform is the white on white, the white top with the blue horseshoe, the white jersey with they have the kind of the royal blue stripes, and then they have a very clean, it's a white pant with the royal blue stripe down the sides, 2 stripes down the side. And I think it's one of the most absolutely perfect uniforms in all of professional sports. And the Bills have the iconic helmet, the blue jersey with the white pant. They use the stripe perfectly. A lot of people screw up the stripes. The Bills' stripes are absolutely magnificent. It's done exactly right. And so this is a great uniform game on a crisp, cold day in Orchard Park, New York. I mean, this is what you're looking for in a uniform game, Greg.
Yeah, I have to agree. Kind of like that uniform matchup last night with the Rebs and Auburn last night. The powder blue and the orange, that kind of looked really good together too.
I did like the powder blue suits for Ole Miss. Those were good. I wondered how that would go in basketball like that, but I like it, and I like the incorporation of the red stripe. I think it's something football might want to think about as they move forward with the powder blue look that I think Lane Kiffin enjoys so much. All right, so what do you got, Campbell? We got Colts and Bills.
Well, Lord, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the Bills. You said you like the stripes on their uniforms, so maybe that will help. So that's what I'm going with.
All right, so Campbell's going to take the Bills and lay the 7, Greg.
Yeah, well, I mean, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, so that's a quote that I love to say. But I think that's going to be a tight game. I think a field goal is going to win it. I mean, I know Indianapolis defense has been playing real well lately, but the Bills just have been unconscious this year, and it's just every time it seems like I bet against them that they win. So let's hope it's a field goal game and it's a close game. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Buffalo win by 10 points. But we're gonna hopefully go for a late field goal for the win, and hopefully that Indianapolis defense is staunch this week. So I'm gonna go with the points here. I like Indianapolis.
All right, Greg takes the Colts and the point. Campbell takes the Bills and lays the points. We go now to an NFC playoff game, wild card game. The Los Angeles Rams, a 4.5-point underdog at Seattle against the Seahawks. I guess, Greg, we'll let you lead off.
Yeah, I like Seattle here. I don't know. I just think for some strange reason, I don't know if Goff is coming back from that hand injury, so that might be a decent angle to play. I know he was out last week, but they played last week and very familiar with each other. But I just think Seattle's a little bit better team right now. Just taking Seattle here at home.
So we've got Campbell. We got the Rams and the Seahawks. The Rams a 4.5-point underdog. You going to go there? Or are you going to agree with Greg and take the Seahawks?
I'm going to agree with Greg and take the Seahawks. I have said before that I literally hate Los Angeles. I will never go back there, ever. And also DK Metcalf, who went to high school at Oxford, who I actually had a class with, I think, now plays for the Seahawks. My friends, one of them, her parents went to Ole Miss, loves DK Metcalf. So for that reason, I'm going to agree with Greg.
Okay, so you're both taking Seattle. Well, we will stay in the NFC. Tampa Bay, a 7.5-point favorite, which is a huge line in an NFL playoff game for a road team, going to Washington to play the Washington football team. Campbell, you're up.
Well, I know that all I know about this game is that Tom Brady, this is his first year playing with his new team, which I don't even know where he played before, if I'm being honest. But I do know that he's amazing. So
Tom Brady played for the Patriots all those years when they won all the Super Bowls.
How many Super Bowls did he win? And how many did he lose?
Well, I'll go with the Buccaneers just because that's all I know. And I know that the Washington football team was the Redskins, but, you know,
Be careful there.
Yeah, they had to change that up. So I'll go with the Buccaneers.
All right, she's going to lay 7.5. Greg, what do you think?
Well, I'm just in an underdog mood. I mean, you know, the Washington football team is, you know, just a really feel-good story, you know, changing the name and revamping the whole organization throughout the existence. So yeah, I like I like their defense end. I think he's going to be a really good player. And, you know, defense wins in these playoff games. And I just think Washington will hang in there and be a good home underdog for me. So let's hope for a tight defensive struggle.
Yeah, I do like Chase Young too. He's a great player. I kind of think, well, I don't know. I go back and forth on this one. Anyway, we'll go to Sunday's games. The early game Sunday, the Baltimore Ravens, a 3.5-point favorite on the road in Nashville against the Tennessee Titans. Greg, you're up.
Well, I think this is going to be a really good game too. It's hard not to take the Titans, but I think just Lamar Jackson's a decent player and you know, can make plays, you know, with his feet, not much his arm. But I think Tennessee. I like Tennessee here. I just think that, you know, they're a sucker bet to be a really good contender for the Super Bowl. You know, whenever you can have Derrick Henry and run the ball like that, that usually wins, you know, tough playoff games. So I'm gonna take Tennessee here.
All right, Campbell. Greg's going to take the Titans and the points. What say you?
I'm going to agree with him and go with the Titans. I'm pretty sure my friend Megan Zaves, who has been on the podcast before during the Ole Miss and Arkansas game, I think everyone loved her. I think she's a Titans fan. So for that reason, you know, I usually go with my friends and pick based off of them. So I'm going to agree with Greg and go with the Titans.
Got a chance to be a really good game. I like both of y'all's picks. I think it could go either way. But if you're going to, in an even game like that, you're going to get the home team and the points. That's never a bad bet. All right, we'll go back to the NFC. The Chicago Bears, a 9.5-point underdog in New Orleans against the Saints. This is a 3:25 p.m. game on Sunday. Campbell, you're up.
Well, I don't really know. Are you a Bears fan because they're in Chicago?
I'm a lifelong Bears fan, and yeah, I needed to pick a team to make the NFL more fun, and so I kind of liked the Bears. And when I was a kid, I actually did cheer for the Bears. I had in my bedroom at home in Louisiana, I had a big Walter Payton poster, and I had a big Gary Fensick poster. Gary Fensick was the kind of a safety for the Bears, and I played that position, and I loved Gary Fensick. But then I kind of quit cheering for the Bears. I just didn't have an NFL team for the longest time. But I've adopted the Bears as my new team. So yeah, I'm all Bears. I'm a lifetime fan for the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay, well, because of that, I'll go with the Bears. Your birthday's Sunday, so you know maybe they'll win. But before I knew you were a fan just now, I was gonna go with the Saints because my friend Bobby's from New Orleans and I like New Orleans. So, but you know, for your birthday, I'll go with the Bears.
All right, so Campbell's going to take the Bears and the 9.5. Greg, I think she's giving you the birthday gift, not me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to go with her friend Bob and go with the Saints here. I like the Saints. I think, you know, the Bears have been playing really good and, you know, have made a good run to make the playoffs. So not taking anything away from the Bears, but, you know, New Orleans kind of going all in on this. I don't know if Drew Brees will retire if they win, but that Saints defense is pretty tough. And that's usually kind of one of been the missing factors in some of these Saints team over the year. You know, great offense, but, you know, sketchy defense. So I like the Saints, and I think I hope we win by 2 touchdowns.
All right. I'm afraid you will. Cleveland, the Browns, they go to Pittsburgh, rounding out the NFL portion here. It's the night game on Sunday night. The Browns, a 3.5-point underdog at Pittsburgh. Greg, you're up.
Oh, man. Who would have thought we would say Cleveland Browns and playoffs in the same sentence? So with that being said, I like the Steelers here. I think Ben Roethlisberger got a week off last week to get rested up, and I just think it's going to be a really good back and forth game. And I think the Steelers are just going to be a little bit better in the end. So I'm going to go with this Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, Campbell, Greg's going to take Pittsburgh and lay the 3.5. What do you think?
Well, you earlier this week sent me that commercial. I think it was like Progressive or something.
Baker Mayfield's Progressive commercials. I think they're hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. So I'll go with them.
Oh, I'm really in trouble on this one if she's getting the commercial angle on me now.
She got the Baker Mayfield, which is a brilliant marketing campaign because he's perfect for it because he kind of deadpans. I love those commercials. All right, so Campbell will take Cleveland and get the 3.5 at Pittsburgh. Greg's going to take the Steelers and lay the 3.5. Monday night, the college football season, one that a lot of people thought would never happen, is actually going to wrap up. Ohio State and Alabama meet in Miami Gardens, Florida, in the college football playoff championship game. The Buckeyes guys are an 8-point underdog against Alabama, going for national title number 6 under Nick Saban, which is remarkable. Campbell, you're up.
I'm just gonna go with Alabama. They win, like you said. What'd you say, like 6 times since?
They just win. It's what they do.
So,
They just win.
I'm gonna go with them. That's my reasoning.
It's never a bad pick. Greg, taking the Tide. What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to take. Alabama's just been. Dante Smith winning the Heisman, and they're just they're on all cylinders. And I think Fields kind of got roughed up in that Clemson game, so he might not be 100%. They probably need 110, maybe if not more, from him in this game. But I just think Alabama's just too good. I think I read on the Twitter it said that average cost on a ticket is $2,000.
Wow.
So the hopefully the 15 to 10,000 people that get in get to see a good game, but I just think Alabama's just too strong. I see them winning by 2 touchdowns easily on this, so I'm going to have to agree with Miss Campbell on this one.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I think the Tide wins and wins pretty big. I just don't think Ohio State can stop them. So both of you are taking Alabama. You're both laying the 8 points. We'll come back next week. We'll have the best weekend in all of professional football. It's the NFL divisional playoff round. I know, Campbell, you look forward to it every year. It's a big one. It's always fun because the just great NFL games that weekend. You get, I guess, 6 of them or 4, whatever. They'll be super. So we'll look forward to talking about those next week. We'll see whether Greg can continue his momentum and close ground on Campbell here. Greg, before we go, tell the people how they can get in touch with you if they want to enjoy LBs this weekend.
Well, always call the store, 662-259-2999. We've got Facebook and Instagram, so we can communicate there also. Just like I said, the fish we're going to have coming in today, we're going to have some halibut, we're going to have some salmon, we're going to have some redfish. I think we're getting some fresh shrimp also later this afternoon. So, just take advantage of that Thursday when you come in and get fresh seafood. It's always good to come in and get some fresh fish. But we also have the fish that we don't sell, we put in the freezer and take $2 off. So you can, put some in your freezer and just thaw it out in cold water. Takes 15, 20 minutes, give or take. So, always can take advantage of that. Come in and get a fresh fish and get a frozen piece to where you can put it in your freezer to where you have it at your house. So, always take advantage of those freezer situations. $2 off on all the sausages and chicken breasts and all the product that we do over here at Fresh. So, always good to take advantage of that when you come in.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a freezer full of LB's fish and that kind of thing. And you're right. It's perfect for a day when you're in a hurry. You can take it out, thaw it out real quick, put it in a pan, and there you go. Super easy and tastes fresh because it was basically fresh, just got frozen there at LB's. So for Greg, for Campbell, be careful driving back this weekend. We'll touch base next week with another edition of the Butcher versus the Spin Instructor presented by LB's Meat Market. Until next time, I'm Neil McCready. Take care.